When the morning feels impossible, set the alarm knowing you wouldn't want to get up, and when it went off, you lay there staring at the ceiling, running the calculations. What do I absolutely have to do today? What can I let go? How much energy do I actually have, and how far does it need to stretch? And the answer, most mornings, is that the distance between what's required of you and what you have available is wider than it should be. That is what depression does to mornings. It doesn't just make you tired. It makes the simple act of beginning the day feel like a decision that costs more than you have. If that is your morning, if that has been your morning for weeks or months, this reflection is for you. Stay with me, Lamentations in the morning. There is a book in the Bible that begins in ruins. Lamentations was written by a man sitting in the wreckage of everything he loved. His city was gone. The temple was destroyed. The people he served had been taken away, and he wrote about it with a rawness that is almost uncomfortable to read, not because it is weak, but because it is so completely honest. And then, in chapter 3, from inside that devastation, he writes something that has outlasted every empire that ever existed. The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness, new every morning, not new when you feel ready. Not new when the season turns. Not new when you finally get yourself together. New every morning, including this one, including the one where you lay there running the calculations and came up short. The mercy available to you. Today was not diminished by yesterday. It was not reduced by the morning you couldn't get up, or the week you barely functioned, or the season that has gone on so much longer than you thought you could bear. It is new. Right now, for you, exactly as you are. CTA 1, no meoda, reflexo. Before we go further, if this is reaching you, something in these words is landing somewhere real, I want to ask you to do one thing. Hit the like button. Not for me, but as a small act of saying, I was here, I heard this. Something in me is still reaching, and if this channel has been a quiet place for you in a hard season, subscribe. New reflections come every week for exactly the moments like this one. Now stay with me. Because what comes next is important. The grace that meets you in bed. Reformed theology does not ask you to manufacture spiritual energy you don't have. It does not say, try harder, feel more, perform better. It says, the God who ordained this morning, this specific, heavy, impossible feeling morning, is already in it. Already present. Already working in the details of a day that hasn't started yet. Psalm 139-8. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there at the depths, not the mountaintop, not the productive day. The depths, the bottom of the bed, the bottom of the season, the bottom of whatever this is. He is there, not arriving. Already there before you opened your eyes. Before the alarm went off, before you ran the calculations and came up. Short, you do not have to climb out of the depths to find him. He came down. That is the entire logic of the gospel, a God who does not wait for his people to ascend to him, but who descends to where they are, who entered the darkness, not to observe it from a safe distance, but to be in it with them fully. He is with you in the bed, in the ceiling staring, in the bargaining with the alarm, in the smallest, most ordinary acts of survival that no one else sees and no one else knows about. He sees them. He counts them. He calls them enough. Small is not nothing. On the days when getting up is the hardest thing you do, getting up is enough. On the days when the most you can manage is making it to the end, making it to the end is enough. On the days when the only prayer you can form is something like I don't know, or help, or just the silence of a person who is still barely here, that is enough. That reaches. That counts. God has never despised small beginnings. He has never looked at the mustard seed and called it insufficient. He is the one who takes what is small and quiet and barely there and works with it slowly, without fanfare, in ways that are invisible from the inside until suddenly they aren't. You are not behind. You are not failing at recovery or faith, or life. You are surviving a season that is genuinely hard. And when surviving is all you have, is an act of quiet courage that God does not overlook. CTA2, Aunties Do in Sacramento, if you know someone who needs to hear this, someone who is lying in bed right now running the same calculations, wondering if today is possible, share this with them. You don't have to say anything. Just send it. Sometimes the most powerful thing we can do for someone in the dark is show them they are not the only one. And if you want to keep coming back to this space, this quiet, honest corner of the internet, subscribe to Whisper of Grace. Every week, a new reflection. For the hard mornings, the long nights, the seasons that refuse to end, you made it this far. You woke up today. In a season where waking up costs something, you did it anyway. That is not nothing. That is not a small thing. That is a person who is still here, still in it, still taking the next breath, when the next breath is the hardest thing available. God sees that, and He is not finished with the morning yet. Neither are you. With grace, Whisper of Grace.